Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Empress Pamela, and I appreciate you being here. In today's video, I'm going to share with you notes that I've accumulated with insights about who I am. This says personal on it. I'm going to show you. Personal. But you know what? I feel like I'm pretty much an open book. And through my healing journey, which has lasted specifically over the last 10 years, but I realize that our whole lives are really a healing journey. So 60 years, right? Who am I? That's the big question. Who am I? So through all these different modalities and exploration and doing shadow work and dark night of the soul and breakups and distances and walking away from what no longer serves me. Some of the really difficult things, learning about crystals, astrology, numerology, webinars, classes, meditation. Oh my God, the whole thing. This is what I wrote down. I don't know when, there's no date on this, but it has to be probably within the last couple years. Some of it may have changed or is updated, and I'll let you know. But the title is Who Am I? And I wrote down, oh my God, 58 things. But I'm not going to bore you with just saying the numbers. I'm just going to read it. HSP, highly sensitive person, empath. Who am I? I've come to realize that I'm an empath. Highly sensitive person. I can walk into a room and feel the energy of others. I took a class early on in my journey at one of my esoteric shops, and they would have not only the shop and crystals and incense and all that stuff, they would have events there. And they had this woman who would end up being my Reiki teacher, but she talked about being a highly sensitive person. And I walk into a room filled with, oh my God, it was easily 40, if not 50 people who identified as HSPs and empaths. And I broke into tears. It was crazy. The energy was so crazy in there. Oh my God. But yeah. And I embrace it now and I understand it. Caregiver archetype. Light worker. Healer. I had a 2 lives ago, I was a crystal healer. If that's what my one of the first readings I got from a psychic medium told me, that me and my twin were crystal healers 2 lifetimes ago. I wrote down, the Myers-Briggs. On here it says INTJ, ISFJ, but now I come to realize I identify as INFJ, one of the rarest personality types, INFJ, and I'm proud of it. And I understand myself now more utilizing that label. I know you really shouldn't label people, but to understand yourself more and to love and embrace all your entirety in your entire being, it kind of helped me understand myself better. Crystal healer, well, I certainly don't mind surrounding myself with crystals of all sorts and kinds. Crystal healer, you be the judge. I love talking about crystals and finding out about crystals. My one word. Guess what my one word is? Authentic. Wow. But my one word, side note, one word for 2026, which is going to be my goal and focus, is the word that starts with the letter F, and it is 3 letters. Fun. Fun. I'm planning to have fun in 2026. And that's it. No more pressure. No more pressure to perform and succeed. Who am I? Twin flame. I came to realize that, well, I'm a twin flame. I had a twin flame catalyst. I identify with the divine feminine, the Empress, obviously, Empress Pamela. Yep. Writer. I am a good writer. I just should do it more often. I don't want to look at something as a chore. If I start looking at something as a chore, it takes the joy out of it. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. I identify myself as an artist. So let me show you this other thing. This I had made up early in my journey to help me love myself. Artist, writer, healer. To go out there and say, and I admit, and to publicly put yourself out there as an artist, a writer, and a healer. Wow, that's pretty ballsy. I used to have EmpressPamela.com. I wrote blogs, blog posts. It was my website. Really enjoyed. I don't know. God, some of the stuff I wrote was probably really incredible, but I don't have access to it, and I don't think I have any hard copies. Obviously, YouTube, Instagram. I'm not that active on it. I go on and off that. It's just too much of a social media distraction. But yeah, this has all been a part of my journey. Ikigai. I love it. Reason for being. Finding my reason for being. I'm still working at it. Yes, artist, writer, healer, but I'm ever evolving. And so are you. My son, if we're talking about astrology, so I've said this in many videos, but one of the key tools that I came across early in my journey, or the thing that piqued my interest, was learning about numerology and astrology. And with astrology, when I was younger, got confused because my birthday is June 21st, and on some what do you call it? Astrological forecast. Like, if you, back in the day, we didn't have the internet, we had newspapers, and oh, what's my, we didn't say fortune. What's my astrology? What's my reading? I don't remember the word we used. And some would say June 20th, and some would say June 21st, where Cancer began. So I never really understood. But then I went to a show where there was an astrologist. It was like a local channel, and she figured out that I was Cancerian, but that was her input way back when in the 90s. But then I went to cafeastrology.com, put in my birth date, birthplace, time of birth, and that gave me all the information. It was like 21 pages, where all the planets were at the very moment of my birth. And I have gained a lot more insight in who I am and my talents, my strengths, my struggles, my lessons. Anyway, my sun is in Cancer, and so is my Venus in Mercury. So I have a stellium in Cancer. My moon, my Saturn and my Chiron are in Pisces. And I have Virgo rising along with Mars, Uranus, and Pluto. So I want to say I have at least 2 stelliums. Maybe, maybe not. I think so. Close enough. Gemini, my Jupiter, my North Node, and my MC are in Gemini, and my Neptune's in Scorpio. And if you heard Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio a lot, you would know that I'm very heavy in water and earth. No fire. That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. So my point is, go get your free natal birth chart. Just put in the correct information and you'll have a better understanding of who you are. You'll get confirmation from a lot of things too, which is helpful. All honey. What the hell does that mean? All honey. Well, the meaning of Pamela is all honey. And I wrote down Buzz Buckingham. That was my stripper name. Also my name of my blog, one of my blogs. You can check that out. Versatile vendor. I love alliteration. Versatile vendor, Buzz Buckingham. Versatile vendor when I was doing selling on eBay. And I think I'm pretty versatile. My life path is 3. And then there, with numerology, there's a bunch of other meanings to numbers and your name and such. But basically, life path 3, expressive, artistic, creative, communicative, joyful, working on that, witty, optimistic, intelligent. Wow. I feel like that pretty much encapsulates some of my good traits. Ooh, speaking of shadow. What are some of my challenges here? Shadow side, superficial, emotionally volatile. Yeah. Inappropriate, on occasion. Prone to exaggeration. I don't know. I was going to say only when I'm telling a dick story, but that's not too funny, is it? Used to be. That's my inappropriateness. Prone to exaggeration or depressed. Yes, depressed. Self-doubting. Inarticulate. I mean, tongue-tied and twisted. Possibly. Fearful. Fearful. Not as much. Insincere. No. Inappropriate. Oh, wow, I had inappropriate twice. I must be doubly inappropriate. Divine feminine, yes, definitely. Pamela Ann Margaret Moore Taylor, that's my complete name. All honey, Empress Pamela, artist, writer, healer, twin flame, spiritual. So I wouldn't say I'm religious, I'm spiritual. Intuitive, for sure. Woman, daughter, sister, mother, wife, brand ambassador. I like that. That was a title of one of the best jobs that I had. Brand ambassador. College graduate, friend. Well, I don't have very many, if any, friends anymore. Truth, authenticity, unconditional love. Cat lover, yes. Beach. Swim, warm weather, light, nature, quiet, sounds of nature, simple styles, change, patience, destination, receive, allow, commit, let go, learn, nurture. What do I stand for? Truth, authenticity, and unconditional love. That's me. 7 stages of grief. Shock and denial, pain and guilt, anger and bargaining, depression, reflection, loneliness, the upward turn, reconstruction and working through, acceptance and hope, forgive and release, So this is big. I'm going to change the names to protect the innocent or otherwise. Mr. High School art teacher who made me doubt my talent and abilities and took away my confidence and eagerness to follow my passion, art. Mrs. Friend, okay, how do I say this? Mrs. the wife of my husband's friend, who I allowed to use me and take away the joy in helping people. Thank you for making me realize the value of friendship, true friendship, listening to the signs and my intuition more to avoid the painful, uncomfortable, and damaging situation, and to believe people when they show you who they are. I forgive you, I thank you, I release you. That was a tough one. 2, and finally number 3, to the blood-sucking, narcissistic, vampire coworker. I forgive you for inciting and triggering my tower moment and enduring public humiliation and shame. I thank you for this event because it is a major turning point in my life journey. Wow, that's big of me, huh? Okay, reflections. When I got older and was faced with different situations whereby an authority figure or boss gave me attention, love, praise, time, I would direct the reassurance I got from them and developed an emotional attachment and would mostly evolve into codependency, fantasy, and toxicity in the mind. An irrational, emotional, obsessive attachment. My concept of love was distorted and misdirected in many instances in my life. I had a neediness and craving for acceptance, love, support, encouragement that I did not receive as a child. This put me in uncomfortable positions in my mind with fantasies, obsessive thoughts. And when the feelings got to the point where I could explosively reveal my feelings, i.e., love, I ran away. This left me with unrequited love and feelings, suppressed emotions, and prolonged feelings of unworthiness. Attachment developed, strengthened, and when it became too intense for me to handle, I shut down and quickly removed myself from the situation. Yet, a lot of the time, the feelings remained, and I put myself through intense emotional pain, which perpetuated feelings of unworthiness of love. Wow, that is a big picture of who Empress Pamela is, was, went through, life lessons, and on and on. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one.